Is tech suddenly back in vogue? I mean, tech and growth versus value. Let's get right to the floor show and our traders, Scott Bauer and Keith Fitz-Gerald. And guys, you know what? A bunch of Fed heads, we got to mention this, using this last day before the central bank goes quiet ahead of its February 1st meeting to get out there and chatter. But I don't know, they all pretty much said the same message with only a slightly different font, as my son likes to say. Yeah, you had Patrick Harker, Esther George, Christopher Waller out there. They were either doing a mea culpa and self-flagellating about missing the whole transitory thing. But that's why we really actually want to go longer on tech. So let's talk about that here. And Keith Fitz-Gerald, you were buying at the lows of the entire year last year. Is this a bump? Is it valuable? Is it real? Or is it a bear in a bull suit?
You know, that's an interesting term. I'm going to have to borrow that, a bear in a bull suit. No, this is the real deal because investors are becoming more thoughtful about what they're buying, and they're beginning to understand that there's an end to this mess. So never mind the Fed's follies. I think that the shift in sentiment is key. It's important, and it's very sustainable if the Fed can stay out of everybody else's way.
Yeah, well, just a note here, the Dow just hit session highs, up about 252 points. High of the session, a gain of 255. Look at the S&P. It, too, is blasting into, wow, nice move here for the S&P, now up 61 points. NASDAQ also at session highs. So this is an important hour. We got 55 minutes left to trade. Keith, you have actual puts on Netflix, correct?
I did. I liked the action today from a contrarian standpoint because everybody went away from cable television because they didn't like advertising. And now suddenly we're supposed to get to the company that didn't have advertising and celebrate the fact that they're gonna. Something's not right here. So I took a speculative position on the put side, betting that the prices are going to come down in the next few days. It's a trade. It's not a long-term thing. I'm with Scott. Longer term, that's the key.
Can I just bring up Apple? Because, Keith, you were buying Apple a lot last year, and I believe late in the year. That looks like a pretty smart trade, I think. But Apple's the one holdout when it comes to layoffs, when it comes to big tech announcing these very large layoffs. Do you think it joins Google and Microsoft and Amazon and Meta eventually? Does it have to?
You know, that's a tough call because obviously I'm not privy to everything going on inside HQ down there in Cupertino. But, you know, Apple had a very measured hiring pace throughout this entire crisis through COVID. They didn't get out ahead of their skis. So I think there's a good chance they're going to continue on business as usual. That's good for the business. They know their margins. They know their business strategy very, very well. I'm optimistic and I'm hopeful that, in fact, the buying that I did do does turn out to be smart.
Yeah, well, it's up 6% month to date, and over the 3 months, though, down 4.5%. So there's a lot more movement here. But yeah.
Hi, it's Keith here. Thanks for checking out today's highlight clip. What'd you think? Did I make sense? Is there something you'd like to add? Make sure you leave a comment down below, and of course, click subscribe to keep up right here on YouTube, or sign up for the email newsletter at the link below. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram for my real-time thoughts on markets, analysis, and a whole lot more.